Here is an overview of my technology trainings webpage. The intended audience for this webpage is the PEM staff members, but anyone is allowed to view the trainings on this page and could find many of them beneficial. The goal of this site is to help educate staff on the technology resources available to them, and in the long run, increase teaching efficiency and student learning. At the top, I have a paragraph stating the audience, the purpose of the webpage, some of what it includes, and a reminder for staff to email me when they have used a training, either successfully or not, so that helps me assess the effectiveness of the trainings. Right underneath the paragraph, I have an introduction video to the web page explaining its purpose to the viewers and what they can expect to find on the page. Below this are the trainings. I'm using a Google web page from my school Google site. I am using the file cabinet setup, which makes it easy to store many trainings on this page and give a brief description of what each one is. Most of the trainings below are videos. I have a couple so far that are also downloadable PDFs to address universal design for learning. My best ways of assessing the effectiveness of my trainings will be from the products other staff members have created and their feedback to me on the trainings. I have also already thought of the idea of including surveys at the end of some of the videos that they click on, and it would be an easy and quick process for them to get their feedback. This is something I will have to include more of in the future. Another way that I can get feedback, and something on this page that makes my trainings more interactive, are that I do have a couple trainings that are games or quizzes to assess whether my learners have learned the particular training and got something from it. So I do have a couple of those in terms of interactive pieces. I also have some videos that are annotated, like some of the ones here at the top, where when viewers click on those particular videos, they will have options to view other parts of that video or other trainings that go along with that video and choose what in particular they want the most help on when they're dealing with that particular program. At the bottom of this page there is an area for discussion or for comments, but I feel like the most productive feedback I would get, again, is from emails directly from viewers telling me if the trainings were effective or not effective. As I mentioned, most of my trainings are currently links to videos, but it would also be easy to include some other types of trainings or helpful information in the future, like links to articles or teacher resources, or even, as I mentioned, surveys too. Here are the trainings that I currently have for the site. This first one is a training video on the basics of some Excel organizing features that would help teachers organize information they have on an Excel sheet. The next one is a training on the basics of Screencast-O-Matic, program used to record lessons, and below it is again a game/quiz to assess their learning of the training. The next one is a video on creating a test in the exam view program. Below that is a video that shows how to create a video page or database page, just like this one that I have here and I'm using for my trainings. This video shows staff how to set up iPad restrictions, and then below it again is a game or quiz to assess the training and how well they've learned it. This video is on JMC tips. The JMC gradebook program is what we use in our district, and some helpful tips that staff may find nice to use occasionally. Our 7-8 building uses the website Planbook, and this video shows how to assign or post lessons on Planbook. This one is a video on setting up the Smart Response class lists. Many of our staff have expressed interest in using Smart Response, the Smart Response system, but this is something that can help get them started, as they need to create class lists to be able to make it work. This video is a tutorial on how to log on to Study Island and find assignments, and there's also a PDF that goes along with this as well, for those who prefer that method of learning it. Same thing with this one. Here's a video on uploading videos to YouTube and a PDF that goes along with that. And this last one compares and contrasts two different recording programs for recording lessons. Now we'll look at one of the trainings I've made, one of the PDFs, where I use the MML principles of the contiguity principle and signaling. So here's one that I made on uploading a video to YouTube. And again, right away I give the objective and the prerequisites for being able to upload a video to YouTube. And then I use a lot of arrows and again texts by what is taking place or what the viewer needs to do. So I can use some of those MMM principles again of signaling and contiguity to kind of let them know what they should be doing in each step of the process. We can also look at a video of mine to see where I use some of the MML principles as well. We'll look at this one, the basics of screencast-o-matic. And in this video, I am going to mute it so we don't have to hear my voice on here, so it's not confusing with me talking. But I try to use the redundancy principle here, pre-training, some signaling, and modality in this particular training, and I'll skip ahead to some of the parts. Again, I have the objective and the prerequisites. I have this one annotated so it's interactive as well. But here's the pre-training part where I show all of the particular buttons when using screencast-o-matic. And I go through and talk about each one again using modality principle. And here's the pre-training, and I use arrows to signal. And again, redundancy, so I don't have myself talking and texts on there, just myself talking instead. And again, I go through all of the keys, or all the buttons on screencast-o-matic, and then at the end, viewers are able to, this is kind of an interactive part, where they're able to click on another video detailing a little more one of these parts, either recording with screencast-o-matic, editing with it, or setting the screen area. So that is me using some of the MML principles in one of my videos, and I have a couple of them that look very similar to this. Reflecting on this process of creating a training site for my staff members, I definitely think it's been beneficial. I already feel as I am looked to when it comes to technology issues among staff, and now after making this site I feel even more confident in what I can do and how much more I can help fellow staff members with trainings and my ability to train them. It also makes me feel like I can be more of a leader in this area as well, and makes me want to push the envelope a little bit when it comes to new technology. The more I can educate myself on what is on the horizon and what's coming, the better I can contribute to my school's advancement in the technology range. And training others on technology will benefit our entire staff and our students in the long run. So this is definitely something that I can contribute at my district.